And welcome back, rugby fans, to Rugby411. As always, I'm your host. My name is Joshua Shibata, and this is week 8 of the MLR 2024 season preview and pick'ems by yours truly, Rugby411. Man, 8 weeks. We are almost near the halfway point of the season, and again, it's going by so quickly. And we got a great slate of games. 3 games on Saturday, 2 on Sunday. Let's get to it. Before we start, don't forget you can watch all the games free, live, or on demand, except for our game of the week, which is the very last game between Utah and San Diego. That will be on Fox Sports 2, but all the other games are absolutely free, live and on demand on the Rugby Network. The Fox Sports 2 game, you have to wait 24 hours later, and then it'll be uploaded if you don't watch it on Fox Sports 2. But every other game you can watch absolutely free on the Rugby Network app. Absolutely free app. I highly recommend that you download it so you can watch all of the games this 2024 season. So, let's start. First game of the weekend, and it truly should be the game of the week. Saturday, April 20th, 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time kickoff. So for us on the West Coast, great way to start off our Saturday morning. Seattle Seawolves going over to the New England Free Jacks at Veterans Memorial Stadium to take on, to face off against each other. The best of the West facing off against the beasts of the East. This is truly a game of the week. Interestingly enough, these two teams have only played against each other 4 times. New England has the edge in this rivalry 3-1. The only time that Seattle beat New England was the very first time that they faced off against each other in New England's inaugural season in 2020, which was the unfortunate truncated season because of COVID. Seattle was able to beat New England 44-29. Of course, Seattle at that time was still the two-time MLR champion. So, beating up on the new kids on the block. Things have kind of turned around since then. Seattle looked really, really good this past weekend against LA, another new team, but New England looked really, really good, proving themselves against Houston. Now, in that game, I feel both teams kind of got beat up in their respective games. Maybe Houston plays really rough. So does LA, but New England might be a little worse off for the wear. Now, granted, beauty is they don't have to go anywhere. Seattle has to go across the country to play against them in Quincy. But I feel even though Seattle's looking really good, New England is too. I think New England truly has the advantage in this game. This could honestly be a preview of the MLR championship game. I mean, we might have it right here, round 1 of that. We'll see, because this is going to be a very good game. But I have New England winning this game. It's going to be a close one, but New England should win this exciting game of the week. And moving on, 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, we have the Miami Sharks going over to the Gold Mine to take on NOLA Gold. Miami having the bye. NOLA, unfortunately, getting trounced by San Diego after being up 17-0 at the half. I really feel now it's kind of showing NOLA to be the team that I thought they were, kind of in the middle. I need the points. I wouldn't be surprised if NOLA kind of rights themselves. This is a get-right game where NOLA kind of proves their dominance against one of the new kids on the block, Miami. But Miami has looked really good so far this season. Actually, all the teams, like I said, even though Carolina is kind of the ones that are going to be probably not winning the game this season, Carolina's looking very good. LA has looked very good despite all the discipline issues, and Miami's looked really good as well. I'm actually going to predict an upset here, and I feel Miami will get a win over NOLA in the Gold Mine. NOLA does kind of stumble at home, so I think Miami can kind of pick up the win here. And then 1 hour later, 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, Houston SaberCats, licking their wounds after losing to the New England Free Jacks, go over to Old Glory DC to take on Old Glory DC at the Germantown Soccer Metroplex. Old Glory, coming off of a bye. I just feel that they're kind of struggling quite a bit. I don't know if the bye is going to help them. I mean, granted, it should. Theoretically, teams on byes tend to win more in Major League Rugby. Teams at home on the home pitch tend to win more. But man, I feel Houston needs something to prove. It was a very physical game as New England. 6 tries to 7. I mean, Houston was in it. I think Houston will try to prove themselves right. This is a get-right game for them, and I think Houston will end up walking out of D.C. with the win. And let's get to our doubleheader to finish off the weekend of Week 8 action in the MLR. Two games that are starting at the very same time, 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Typical MLR scheduling. But Sunday, April 21st, we have on technically the east side, LA, Rugby Football Club LA goes over to take on the Chicago Hounds. Very first time that these two teams have played against each other. This will be at SeatGeek Stadium. Again, I need the points. Chicago finally looked good. First time this season, I feel. Granted, against Carolina, not necessarily a team that you shouldn't put on your biggest performance. I need the points, so I'm going to say that LA is able to pull off the upset because Chicago, oddly enough, has not won at home yet. So, I mean, granted, they could get their very first win at home against LA. We'll see, but I think LA can still play spoiler and prevent the Hounds from winning at SeatGeek Stadium. And then, the very same time, then on the West Coast, in San Diego at Snapdragon Stadium, a team that's undefeated at home, San Diego, taking on the Utah Warriors. Utah Warriors have been stumbling so far this season. San Diego has proven their dominance. Granted, a little bit slow start, overcoming a 17-0 deficit to defeat NOLA Gold 33-20. I don't think they'll have that same issue with Utah because, like I said before, Utah seems to be stumbling quite a bit with injuries. I think San Diego kind of proves their worth here as one of the top teams in Major League Rugby. This game is going to be on Fox Sports 2, so again, if you want to watch it, you can't watch on the Rugby Network live. You have to watch on Fox Sports 2 or wait 24 hours later, and the game will be uploaded onto the Rugby Network. But again, you can watch the LA game in Chicago and all the other games live or on demand on the Rugby Network. Highly recommend you download that awesome free app. So, those are the games. Now, I'm planning on, it's been a while, but I'm planning on doing a watch-along with the LA-Chicago game at 3 p.m., of course, because I am an LA fan and I do want to root on my team. So if you want to watch along, it's always a lot of fun. I put in some commentary. I put in my own spiel on things. I have conversations with a lot of our viewers. I'm hoping that we'll get some of our viewers back. Villa Ferrero usually joins us. We have quite a few repeat customers that come back. It'll be the first time this season we'll do it. So 3 p.m. watch along, meaning I'm not showing the game. You have to watch it on the Rugby Network or Bally Sports, I believe is the LA one. I don't remember what the Chicago affiliate is, but you can watch along, put the volume down a little bit, and you can hear my conversation, chat with me, let's talk rugby. If you're not too familiar with what goes down with rugby, I'm always cool to answer questions about it. I'm pretty much like to be considered a rule guru on things. But again, there's some things that I'm not 100% familiar with. But we'll all learn together. But it's always a lot of fun. So again, 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, I will be here on the YouTube channel watching along with RFC LA versus Chicago and hoping that LA pulls off that upset win. So those are my videos. Let me know what you think about them. If I'm crazy to pick LA again, I do need the points though. And we'll see where we go from there. And again, for my Subaru fans, friends, and the pool, please make sure you get all your picks in before the weekend starts. And as always, thank you very much for watching my video, and I'll see you on the pitch.